Like many young runners, I dreamt of being on this Olympic stage for a long time. I remember first Olympics that I watched track and field as a runner was at 2012. That was, I started running in like 09, so I missed the 08 Olympics. But 2012, I remember watching the Olympics and being like, oh, that's cool. Like I'm a runner now. Like maybe one day I'll be there. But it didn't feel real yet. Like that dream didn't feel like something that was attainable at that moment in time. But in 2016, when I watched Jared Ward get 6th place at the Olympics, I was like, man, I really want to do that, like especially in the marathon, because I knew that was my calling eventually.
How lucky are we? It's been a hell of a week, but you're all grown now. The smoke seeping out of your bloody teeth, but you're home somehow.
All right, got into Barcelona this morning at like 9 a.m. local time. It's 4 p.m. I've already run once. I've already gotten a massage, but I kind of was space cadet, so I didn't film anything earlier. But got my big suitcase full of Lulu gear that I've yet to open. I'll open that and show you guys later. But I just got this bad boy. This is the kit. This is the race kit. Pretty excited about that. All white with red shorts. It's going to be nice and cool. Yeah, pretty stoked on that. So I'm gonna hit a double with the boys. A bunch of guys that are here for the camp, the distance runners, are hitting a double here in 42 minutes. I'll take y'all with me on that. Should be fun.
Felt like I was in between something like home and somewhere far away. But tonight on the west side in a bar out in Brooklyn, I saw you do something to the team.
7:22, 7:23. Okay, got 7 seconds left.
Ben Flanagan on his long run.
It's actually you guys. All right, I'm done. I'm a bit. I might actually walk back. This is too fast for me. Yeah.
A lot of pins, some socks. These are the accessories. Gonna open some shoes. I think it's important to remember, the mountains I had to climb to get here and how at times it seemed impossible. So even though my next goal might be to medal or get top 10 at the next Olympics or top 8, whatever it is, we'll take it step by step. That if it feels like a mountain now, you can reach that top by just taking it one step at a time and learning and growing throughout the process. All right, day 4 in España.
Welcome to the Rari show.
To the Rari show. Yeah, so 50 minutes easy. Getting adjusted to the time zone. Slept like shit last night, but we carry on. We got time. I think it's 11 days till the marathon. So we good.
Yeehaw!
All right, I've officially been in Barcelona for a week, and as of this morning, I am relatively alone here. A lot of the other distance runners have already headed to Paris. There's just me, Cam Levins, Melindy Elmore, so the 3 marathoners from Canada. Shot putter Sarah Mitten here in Sant Cugat, just outside of Barcelona. We don't have much going on here. I'm pretty much ready to go to Paris in my mind. It's nice to stay relaxed and don't get overstimulated too early before my race. That's kind of the strategy of a holding camp. Is the village is its own experience, and that's a lot of what the Olympics is about, and I'll get a lot of that still. I'll be there 5 days before my race, 2 days after, so I'll have a week in the village. I think had I gone over when I got to Europe, it would have gotten really old, and it would have gotten to be a big distraction. At this rate, it'll be exciting for a few days, focus for a few days, race, enjoy it for a few days kind of thing, which I think is appropriate. But Ben Flanagan, my roommate, left this morning because he races a few days before me. I've got a easy run this morning, starting to really taper the volume down, running only like 50 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon on recovery days, and I have my last session here. I'll do my classic 4x2K descending pace that I did prior to Seville and prior to all my marathons under Ryan, then some 400s to kind of open up. And then Monday morning I head into Peri and get to see the Olympic Village. Get excited finally. I feel like it's kind of just holding pattern in the holding camp right now. Enjoying the opportunity to get really heat acclimated. It's been super warm here. I feel like if I can run well in these conditions and get comfortable in these conditions, Paris is going to be a breeze.
All right. I am doing my last session here in Barcelona, practicing all the stuff I will do for the race, which includes warming up in an ice vest. Session today is the classic pre-race marathon session for me. 4x2K. First one at 5:10 pace, so 77s on the track. Second one 5 flat, 75s. Third one 450, 72s. Last one 70s. This is all with 2 minutes and 30 seconds rest. And then I will do 2x400, opening up the stride a bit, 65, then 60. And that'll be it for the day. And then tomorrow we head off to Paris. So yeah, should be a fun one. This is a feel-good session to me usually, so hopefully I can feel good today. All right, so just finished my session. It's hot, real hot out here. So like 90 degrees, 75% humidity hot. But it went well. I went 6:22, 6:12, 6 flat, 5:48 for the 2Ks. So at pacer, a touch quicker than prescribed. And then I went 63.4, 58.2. Fun to feel fast at this stage. I mean, that tells me body's moving well late. And so now it's just mostly recovery for the next 3 days. And then I'll have a little light session, tuning me up for a big dance, but 6 days out, it's a decent session. I mean, those paces are very comfortable at this stage. So yeah, feeling good about things. Now I'm just cooling down in an ice vest, get my core temperature back, because I was cooking. Interesting to see what the heat does to the heart rate. It's taking me a lot longer for my heart rate to drop after each rep. Just got to the Olympic Village, about to go check out my room. Easy travel from Barcelona to Paris. Excited to just get settled in. Already saw 2 NBA players, so. Roommate Ben back in the house. New house. In order to preserve performance, I only went to one other event the entire time I was there. It's kind of tough being in the marathon. You're at the end of the Olympics, so you don't get to like post-race, like go see a bunch of stuff, which a lot of other people do. That like say you run the 1500 and you finish and you've got like 5 days left of the Olympics, you can just kind of go run rampant and watch as many races as you can. But I watched all the races with Canadian athletes in this athlete lounge we had. All right, today is the day. I'm going to be a little bit of a tourist of the Olympics. I'm going to go watch the Serbia-Australia men's basketball quarterfinal. Very excited. Nikola Jokic is my favorite player. Go Nugs. I'm excited to watch this game. And then after that, I'm going to hit up the Puma house, see my fam at Puma. And yeah, that'll wrap up my excursions outside of the village for the most part pre-comp. I might go see my family when they arrive. About to enter the basketball stadium. Took the transit all by myself. Pretty proud of myself for figuring that out. Big kid stuff. Yeah, it was super easy. We got these Samsung Galaxy flip phones from the Olympics for being Olympians. All I had to do to get on the metro was tap. But the one event that I got to see in person, which I was really excited about, was a basketball game. I'm a big basketball fan. I went and saw Serbia versus Australia quarterfinal game, and I got to watch my favorite player, Nikola Jokic, play in person. So that was really cool. I had like 8th row seats. Holy shit!
That was Jokic.
Right behind one of the baskets, and it was just obviously, like, as a basketball fan, that was pretty cool. And Serbia ended up winning a medal, so I got to watch them on their journey to a bronze medal.
All right, yep. So just hit the Puma house. It's fun to see some of the Puma fam and get some food and check out the festivities, kind of get out of the village, have some fun. Now we're heading back to the village on the shuttle. And yeah. What are we doing?
Playing Mario Day.
Where are we right now?
In Paris.
In Paris? Playing, come here. Come here. Come see Daddy. That's what everyone asks. Oh.
Hi.
All right, it's Thursday. Wait, no, it's Wednesday. Oh my gosh.
Restart.
It's Wednesday. No, I'll keep it in there. It's Wednesday. Jace just came and saw me in Paris. We're at Disney Paris, though. I went out to see the family. Are you excited to go to Disneyland?
Yeah.
What do you want to see most?
Mario.
You want to see Mario? Mario's not in Disneyland. What about Lightning McQueen?
I want to go play Mario game.
Oh, okay. Anyways, yeah, so a couple days out, had my last session this morning, and now we're gonna hang out, have some dinner with the fam, and then won't see them until probably after the race. All right, 2 days out from the Olympic Marathon. We're doing a 45-minute jog in the village with Mo, fellow Ryan Hall athlete, representing Jordan. Hello. Feeling good? Yeah, just doing village laps. Day before the marathon, just did a shakeout with Mo, fellow Olympic marathoner, and yeah, feeling good. There's always something. I feel like going into a race, this time it's like a little bit of a hamstring thing, just, you know, just the way it goes. Something always tightens up. That's normal. Before Seville, my back was like super tight. I could barely like walk 2 days before and still ran the marathon of my life. So the lesson I learned with that experience was not to read into, you know, the things that get tight with the stress and the anticipation of a big race. So yeah, I was able to go through some drills and strides, feel pretty good. Now I'm gonna go start the carbo load day 2. So yesterday was carbo load day 1. I usually do a 2-day high carb day. Just eat as much as you can, just kind of get the glycogen stores up and get ready for the big dance. Having lunch with the family the day before. Not as easy as having lunch by yourself. Say hi.
Yeah, my emotions standing there on the Olympic start line were mostly excitement. Not a lot of nerves, not a lot of fear, you know, not a lot of anxiety. I actually think I was pretty cool, calm, and collected, mostly because at this point, this was my 9th marathon. I've done this before. I knew that the pressure wasn't on me to do something spectacular other than like just for this pure fact that I just want to be good. I want to perform my best at the highest level. But I kind of took that like pressure off of like needing to achieve something specific, and maybe that's something that going forward I like actually try to create in my mind a little bit more of like an urgency and a pressure so that I can be my best, because in Seville there was obviously a ton of pressure. That was a race where if I didn't run the Olympic standard, I wasn't going to the Olympics, and I delivered. So maybe because the Olympics was kind of like this huge thing where I was like, I made it. I'm not expected to do anything here. I'm going to enjoy this experience as much as I can. I'm going to try to perform to the best of my ability on the day, but I kind of didn't have any pressure on myself for what that meant.
This is how you know it's go time. Start packing the bottles up. Pretty sick bottles, honestly. But yeah, gonna So for those that don't know, for the Olympics, for any major marathon or big city marathon in which there's a elite field, and athletes have to usually apply to get into that elite field. And once you do, one of the big perks is personal fluids. And you have to get your bottles ready the night before, the day before, drop them off with somebody who will make sure that they're on course at the marked location. So that's what I do. One of the pre-race rituals that, it lets me know shit's getting real. We're getting ready to race is I'm getting my bottles ready for the course. So right now I'm just getting everything lined up. I have a pretty consistent fueling strategy. This course won't change my fueling strategy much, other than the fact that with the hills, I think it's going to be more important to fuel high carb, just because you're going to burn glycogen faster running uphill. So it's going to be about front loading calories early in the race before you get to the hills, and then topping it off the rest of the way. One of the things I like to do is go alternating between gels and just drink mix, or water gel and then drink mix plain. So I switch between the two, and I've been using Never Second for my last 3 marathons now. Not sponsored by them, but I just like the taste, like the product, think it's sufficient for what I'm doing, and I've nailed the nutrition on my last couple, so keeping it consistent.
The way I feel right now is I ran an okay race. I placed 47th. I ran 2:13:09 on a really hard course in conditions that weren't perfect. It's a little warm just being the summer. It wasn't crazy, but 2:13:09 is not my best, obviously, but the course wasn't a personal best course. We saw that across the board. Very few people ran personal bests out there, mostly because when you line up 68 208 marathoners and a bunch of other universality and top tier athletes from different countries, it's hard for everyone to overcome their personal bests out there, but especially on a course like that. The course was amazing. The atmosphere was amazing. The Olympics were so cool, so much fun. I loved being there. I loved being a part of it. My race, now that I look back on it, I'm like, okay, yeah, it was okay. I did everything I wanted to do based on the plan I had going in, which was to be patient, to manage my efforts through the first big hills, and put myself in a position to absolutely, hopefully, mow people down over the last 10K. That was the goal. And I did everything until the mowing people down phase of the race began. And I could kind of tell at around 20 miles that I didn't really have the legs to roll like I would have liked. And I don't think it was for a lack of preparation. I don't think it was because I wasn't ready for the course or whatnot, because I actually held it together pretty well and was moving okay in the latter stages. But I just don't think I was fit enough. And that's a tough thing to know post-race and reflect on, because when you go into a race, you have to tell yourself, I'm ready, I'm going to crush it. But when I look back on the build, comparing it to previous builds and how I felt in key workouts, I think I was just kind of a little bit off for a couple of the big sessions, and didn't really have that A+ build that I had for Seville. And it's hard to stack those A+ builds back to back. The people that can do that are obviously the people that are at the very top of this sport. So it's something that I need to learn how to do better. And yeah, I think I was at 90% fitness compared to what when we're talking about the biggest race on earth, the Olympic marathon, you need to be your best. And I was a little bit less than my best. I didn't have the best day, and I wasn't able to take the risks I needed to in training or on race day to see the magical moment that I would have loved to have had. Proud of the fact that I made it there. Proud of the fact that I can now officially call myself an Olympian, and I'm really hungry for more and for the opportunity to capitalize on, what I learned in this build, what I learned in this race, and I'm leaving humbled and motivated.
Welcome to the Rari Show. Closing ceremony time. Wait, fuck.
Alright, I'm here with Kieran Lum. We're on a mission to collect some pins. Show us your pins.
Big into the pin trading game right now.
My collection's not as good as Kieran's.
It will be soon.
We are accumulating wealth. No pin? No pin? Does anyone have a pin? Alright, I'll ask around. Last one.
In the Olympic Village after the closing ceremonies, and it's a really cool way to end because it got you pretty hyped and excited about, you know, what it means to be here. It's pretty cool. You know, I've had almost 48 hours now. Think more about my race, think more about this experience as a whole. All I know is that I want a lot more out of these types of experiences, but I'm also incredibly grateful for the opportunity to be here. I think that I proved to myself that I'm world class at what I do, and now it's something that, you know, for a long time I felt like an imposter, and
wanted to prove that. And now I just feel like I've got bigger goals that are harder to prove, and it's just bigger mountains to climb. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I ran the best race I could have run out here. I lived every moment throughout this whole build, throughout this whole journey to my truest self. Tried to be myself throughout all this. And yeah, I think that there's just a lot of growth that can hopefully happen in 4 years. Last Olympics, I told myself I wouldn't watch the next one on my couch. I didn't. This one, I'm telling myself I'm not leaving without being super, super satisfied with not only how I execute the race, but the result of it. So with all the good and all the bad and all the, emotions that go along with the post-Olympic, letdown, I'm just like, okay, I lived out the dream. Now, what now? And I have no problem setting my focus on the next task and taking this and just being like, okay, how do I grow from it? What's next? I was thrown a little bit of a curveball right after the Olympic Games. I got an email from Ryan Tuesday morning, competed Saturday, so 3 or 4 days after the competition, that he was going to step away from coaching indefinitely and effective immediately. So I am currently looking for my next training setup, whether it be, here in Flagstaff, somewhere else. I don't know. I'm going to take all the information in I can and take my time making a decision here, because I do know the impact of this decision is what dictate my trajectory for the next several years. I guess the first thing I should say is I'm so grateful for Ryan. I don't blame him for wanting to do other things. I've always known Ryan as a person, that he has a lot of interests, and the commitment of coaching professional and Olympic level athletes is huge. He did everything he could to get me to the Olympics. He taught me so much, and I'm so grateful. He'll always be a great friend. I would have worked with him for the rest of my career if it worked out that way. I respect him enough to go, I understand you've got a family, you've got other things you want to chase in this world. I get it. But now I got to figure out what's next, and I'm starting that process now immediately, talking with my friends, family, my agent, and make a short list of potential coaches I could work with, and with the goal of just setting myself up for success in the next several years. And hopefully this decision is the last time I have to make a decision like this, because I wasn't planning on changing my training atmosphere, but I'm going to look at this as an opportunity to maybe take what I've learned and refine and find a really good situation for myself. And it was scary when I found out the news, and I was sad and I was shocked, but now I'm going to look at it as just maybe it's an opportunity, and trust that there's someone out there looking out for me, and that it'll all work out.